change the mode of your gadgets into silence. Click on the microphone button if necessary. Your cooperation is very much appreciated. Thank you. The honorable speakers, distinguished guests, and our very much appreciated lecturer, Madam Nur Shaharia. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good morning. I am Nur Fatim Farhana binti Zaid and I will be your moderator for today's forum. Before we begin, I would like to welcome all of you to this forum talk with the topic Social Media Brings Harm or Good. As we all know, social media is expanding quickly around the world, and more people and teenagers are following the trend right now, primarily to communicate with friends, family, and total strangers. Due to various ways in which technology influences people, it has significantly altered the globe. Nowadays, it can be a very useful instrument for altering a person's life, but it can also lead to conflicts that have a bad effect on a person. Social media may have certain drawbacks, but overall, the benefits of communication have strengthened the global community and made the globe a better place to live. Without any further, let me introduce to all of you about our panels for today's forum, because all of them have a lot of knowledge and also experiences about the topic that we will discuss. Our first panel, with a lovely face, Miss Sophia, a counselor from University of Technology Malaysia, and the second panel is Miss Shakira, one of the longest serving lecturers in the field of education from the Faculty of Computer and Mathematical Sciences, University of Mara Technology Segamat Campus. Next, our third panel is Dr. Nur, a sweet yet generous smile, is a psychiatrist from KPJ Seremban Specialist Hospital. Our fourth and last panel is Diana, a student who dares to present an opinion in public, a first-year student of University of Mara Technology Shah Alam campus. Welcome to all our panels. I hope everyone is in a good mood today. First of all, I would like to tell you about the rules for today's forum. Audience must switch off the mic during forum for not disturbing. Use appropriate language at the chat box and wear suitable clothing if you wish to switch on the camera. Finally, if you have any question regarding the topic, you can type at the chat box and I will read the question during the Q&A session at the end of our forum. Your cooperation is greatly appreciated. Without further ado, let's begin with Miss Sophia. Miss Sophia, what is your opinion regarding our topic as a counselor?
Thank you, Ms. Fatih, our moderator for today. Before I start, I would like to briefly introduce cyberbullying. According to Rifaudin, 2016, bullying is the continuous or irregular use of aggressive conduct against a victim who cannot easily defend himself by a group of individuals or a single person with bad intent. It also the systematic abuse of power. Additionally, according to him, understanding cyberbullying is using technology like internet to purposely and continuously damage other people or a kind of harassment by attackers to harass their victims. In the meantime, Nasrullah 2014 defines cyberbullying as an act of defamation, humiliation, discrimination, disclosure of personal information or material with the purpose to embarrass, or it can also be concerned with unpleasant, insulting verbal comments. So, to start my point, as we can see nowadays, most people will have social media on their phones. Some of them take a chance on social media to earn money by doing some video. But on the other hand, there are always consequences that need to be paid attention to. There are always haters among the followers. These people may comment with bad words towards the influencer and judge them without knowing the truth. Furthermore, we had no idea what they were up against if they decide to be an influencer. For them, they know there will be pros and cons being social media influencer, but they take the challenge of becoming an influencer seriously. We know if we become an influencer, we will earn more money, but what we did not know that how they struggle at first to increase their followers, how they need to deal with thinking about the new content every day, and all the haters that they will face. For cyber harassment, I will focus on women. There is too much sexual harassment towards women on social media as they sometimes receive message from their followers or maybe other person by sending a bad message or inappropriate picture. According to Barron and Lee, nearly a quarter of female internet users reported feeling upset or anxious during online chatting regarding things that have been said to them. About 20% of respondents said they had fallen victim to internet sexual solicitation. Furthermore, as a counselor, I received many cases of cyber harassment with women far outnumbering men. They mostly deal with the feelings of fear, anxiety, restlessness, depression, and many more. As for primary and secondary students, some of them are hesitant to share their experience with cyberbullying because they are concerned about how other people will react to them. Compared to university students, they may feel free to share their experience as they are more mature. Thank you.
I am truly sorry for those who experienced it, and thank you, Ms. Sophia, for the opinion. Alright, Dr. Noor, as a psychiatrist, what is your perspective toward Ms. Sophia's points?
Thank you, moderator, for allowing me to give some opinions. I absolutely agree with Ms. Sophia. This is because, as specialist in psychiatry, most of my patients are facing on mental issues such as depression, anxiety, and also try to commit suicide. They has been found to be negatively impacted by cyberbullying, just like it is by other types of bullying. Traditional bullying in teens may increase the likelihood of depression by double, and it is consequence may be just as damaging as or even more so than child abuse. A similar relationship between cyberbullying and an elevated risk of depression was also revealed by the author's research by my article. Next, cyberbullying's consequence can occasionally even be fatal. According to a recent research, 10% of bullied individuals have tried to suicide, while 13% of bullied individuals have suicidal thoughts. Bullying may not be the sole cause of suicide, but it has been demonstrated to make victims feel more alone and isolated, which might add to an already stressful situation. Furthermore, in a Duke University study, researchers discovered that bullied individuals were more likely to suffer from anxiety and panic disorder. This research came to the conclusion that bullying experiences have a long-lasting effect on mental issue outcomes. Last but not least, cyberbullying may have a serious negative effect on a victim's social life, mental health, and also academic achievement. When it is acknowledged that cyberbullying is one kind of bullying the victim cannot escape, the effects it may have on mental health are little to not surprise. So that is why I agree with Ms. Sophia's point, because this cyberbullying can affect someone's mental health. That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Noor, for addressing your perspective on Ms. Sophia's segment. Next, what about you, Ms. Shakira?
Thank you, our moderator. As a lecturer, I would say that social media gives more benefits to educators and students themselves. There are many ways to use social media for education, given the fact that some of social media are free to download and students are already exposed to it. First, Facebook can be a perfect social media platform for classroom use. Educators and students do not need to learn how to use it since they are already familiar with it. Facebook page can help to post class updates, share homework assignments, and encourage students to discuss. In addition, Twitter is an important site in which students keep up with the news. According to Pew Research Center in 2021, fully 70% of Twitter new consumers say they have used Twitter to follow live new events, up from 59% who said this in 2015. Students who use Twitter in the classroom found it to be a useful tool for professional development and networking. Research has also found that it helps students into the workforce transition as well as improve their opinions of their career prospect, reported by Carpenter, Ter and Marin in 2016. Besides, students can use Instagram to present a collection of images or graphics in a visual appealing way in a class that prioritizes visual content. Instagram enables students to practice digital storytelling in a way that may not be possible on other social media platforms. Students are allowed to open Instagram accounts just for their classes, which they are free to remove once the semester is complete. In general, it can be said that social media is used by students to communicate with friends, family members, educators, and anyone. There is no denying that ever since cultural networks and cultural media gave us choices in our lifetimes, everything is distinct. Alternatively, the section aims to concentrate on the many ways in which social media is changing the way that the education system works. Therefore, be tuned to discover what effects social networking takes on this way our kids or students specifically are educated both in school and part of it. That is all from me.
I agree with Ms. Shakira's statement just now. Social media do give more benefits to educators and students themselves. It appears to be a generalization with a concrete support. Websites such as Google Scholar and Database Online have offered free features for students to complete their project. Based on the journal I have read, the author Iman Rashid indicated a similar point of view. He stated the popularity of social media among students, which include but are not limited to its features of reaching the mass audience. Students today are using social media for several purposes, such as searching for information and collaborating with others. Specifically, graduated research students are using several social media tools, for example, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, ResearchGate, and academia for facilitation in their research during training and educational projects. From my personal experience, social media has benefited me particularly in finishing my diploma journey. And therefore, I believe the student can save their money by using this free tools platform that has been provided.
I'm sorry if I need to disagree with you, Miss Shakira and Diana. We know that on every social media platform that we join, we need to register ourselves before we own it. I believe most of us have social media and we know the procedure to register on social media platform. Most of them require us to share personal information such as our name and age. It is not a big matter to share only our name, age, etc. What makes it more dangerous is that some of them ask for our email and address. In addition, there are many scammers that hack social media even though the social media is on a private mode. From my own experience, I had been sent a message on Instagram by my friends about her joining a fashion show event, and when I clicked on the link to vote for her, they asked me to share my OTP number, and when I share it, it deducts 50 ringgit from my bank account. The other point of view about scammers is some of them will offer a high-rate personal loan and claim themselves to be a trusted company. Last but not least, as Ms. Shakira said before, the students can freely remove the account once the semester is complete. But how can we ensure that our data is already deleted from their site? As for me, we cannot surely confirm it. Thank you.
Those were really good points, Ms. Shakira. As a student, I deeply understand the need for social media to students. For sure, when students frequently use social media, people will definitely claim they are not studying. Instead, they are communicating with friends to discuss lessons. Not only that, they are trying to complete all the assignments given by their teachers or lecturers which require social media. For example, they have to collect many likes about assignments posts on Instagram in order to get higher marks. It seems like Dr. Noors want to say something. Do we have anything to add?
Yes, thank you, moderator. Okay, judging from Ms. Sophia and Ms. Shakira, both have strong opinions and viewpoints of their own. But I have my own perspectives as a psychiatrist specialist. Social media has its own benefits and drawbacks, but users report that overall there are more drawbacks than benefits. Social media platform offers features that enable users to compare themselves to others and gain praise for their looks, It may connect it to worries about one's body image. The most susceptible to this are selfie addicts and those who spend the majority of their time uploading and scrolling. In actuality, the majority of college ladies who log onto Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram at least 5 times every day are likely to associate their worth with their appearance. Social media doesn't cause the fundamental issue. It only serves as a platform for it, which worsens the issue. Additionally, it encourages others to act in similar manner. One important thing that social media can replace as a result is sleep. According to a recent study by pediatric researchers Scott Below and Woods, who examined almost 12,000 teenagers, are more frequent social media usage was generally linked to less restful sleep. For instance, very high social media users were more likely than average users to report late sleep start, late wake times, and difficulty falling back to sleep after waking up through the night. Other than that, overuse of social media, especially among teenagers girls, may result in issue with self-esteem. In other article for childmind.org, Dr. Alexandra Hermet, a clinical psychologist at the Child Mind Institute, claims that many girls are bombarded with their friends posting the most perfect pictures of themselves, or they are following celebrities and influencers who do a lot of photoshopping and have makeups and also hair things. It may be quite difficult for a person self-confident if that serves as their example of what is normal. That's all from me. Thank you.
I am very sorry that I have to disagree with you, Dr. Noor. From my perspective, we can taste the benefits of social media if we use it wisely and have a good time management. For kids and teens, parents should set a sensible boundaries for them. Discuss with your team how to keep social media from interfering with her or his activities. Encourage teenagers to follow a nighttime ritual free of electronic device. As an instance, parents can use the technology advantage such as limit screen time on social media. Just now, Dr. No said social media may cause low self-esteem. From Taylor Bennett 2018, your confidence should not be dependent only on your appearance. Many of us upload photos of ourselves on Instagram in the hopes that all of our hundreds followers and friends will like the post and perhaps leave a nice comment. And depending on the feedback we receive, self-esteem either rise or falls. Instead of using your appearance and the approval or disapproval from others to decide your self-esteem, enhance your confidence in non-appearance related ways. Therefore, I believe social media is just as good as its users makes it. We have to use it carefully with good intention. Do not let it control you. That is what matters. Thank you.
All right. That was really interesting to hear from Dr. Noor and Diana. Even I am speechless to interrupt your conversation. Thank you very much to all of you. Unfortunately, time is very available for us. I think we shall come to the end of our discussion in a couple of minutes. However, before we get to its end, Diana, is there anything we are leaving out here that needs to be clarified?
Thank you, Ms. Moderator. After listening to all the panel's points, I would like to add my justification. Social media has become the platform to obtain facts and information with the support of web-based social networking. As far as I am concerned, I feel the internet has contributed the most to a student acquiring knowledge and information. Based on the article I have read, the author Muhammad Ward indicates a similar point of view. He mentions that the use of social media was very important to increase community health awareness, facilitate access to the community. I am positive that society has used social media to access news. To be specific, early this year, we were awakened by the flash floods in most of the states in Malaysia. During the incident, people reached for updates and help through social media such as Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Community has used this as an opportunity to spread awareness and ask for flood donation to those who are affected. Hence, I believe that social media is not only giving us the information, but also spread the awareness during the crucial time. And then, according to the article I have studied, The author Ahmad Pushari, he mentioned, we use in positive way, social media engage worldwide connectivity. It allows us to reach out to one another across thousands of kilometers just with our smartphones. The pros of social media that can be seen up until now is connectivity. The beauty of social media is that you can connect with anyone to learn and share your ideas. As an example, Instagram is widely used, especially for content creators to interact with their followers and keep them up to date on what's new with them. Moreover, social media helps in catching up with friends and family via Zoom, Skype, and WhatsApp. The function is now available on almost all social networking websites and applications. With this feature, people can video call with their family and friends, especially during this pandemic. It was hard to stay connected since people could not have a meetup. Therefore, use it in a positive way so that you can feel the beauty of social media. Thank you. That's all from me.
I agree with what Diana just pointed out. Based on what I experienced, social media such as TikTok and Twitter have always been my other option for searching any news, tutorials, or recipes besides Google. Nowadays, a lot of people prefer to voice out their problems on social media because it can be quickly spread. Thus, the headquarters, or people usually call it as HQ, can take any action or to provide any solution about it. Hence, I truly believe social media is beneficial for us in order of information and updates. That is the end from me.
Sorry, Miss Shakira and Diana, I have to disagree with you. This is due to the fact that fraud and scams on social media can also result in mental illness. Due to the scammers, my other patient also suffer from depression, and based on what has recently been spoken about our dear Miss Sophia just now, in 2021, more than 1 for persons who claim to have lost money to fraud indicate the scam began with a social media post, advertisement, and communication. In fact, the research indicates that compared to other ways of reaching individuals, social media was significantly more profitable for fraudsters in 2021. Social media offers several benefits to scammers. It is an inexpensive method to connect with billions of individuals from all around the world. It is simple to create a false character, or scammer may hack into an existing profile to find friends to defraud. By looking into the private information people post on social media, they may adjust their strategy. Scammers might really utilize the tools provided to marketers on social media sites to quickly target individuals with false advertisement based on personal information like their age, hobbies, and also their previous purchases. This case can have an effect on kids and teens since they are still in the zone that they want to try a new thing. So if this social media shows how to get money quickly by being fraudsters and scammers, they will believe that this is the fastest way and the best way to become wealthy quickly. So that is my reason why I disagree with you guys. Thank you.
Wow, that is very interesting coming from all the panelists. Thank you, Diana, Ms. Shakira, and Dr. Noor. Then, from the last word by Dr. Noor, hence, we have been at the end of discussion for today's forum. Please give them thunderous applause for having given their respective opinions from a very professional points of view. Inviting anyone from the audience seat. Now, we are going to have a question and answer session. Please note that we will discuss only 2 questions from the first 2 people. Click the raise hand button at the bottom in the meeting interface. Please do mention your name. Alright, anyone please?
Okay, so hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Nabila. I would like to direct my question to Ms. Sophia Tun. As you said before, your point on social media is that it's all about cyberbullying and cyber harassment. In my opinion, we cannot get away from that. So what are your recommendations for using social media safely? Thank you.
Waalaikumsalam to Ms. Nabila. Thank you for the brilliant question. In my opinion, if we want to get rid of scammers social media, first, please beware or make sure to not connect with fake people and watch out from scam giveaway, contests, and surveys. And I would like to add, if you can set your social media on private mode, please do so. Next, if you want to get rid of depression, anxiety, and more, it actually depends on how we handle our screen time on social media. If so, try to reduce our screen time and add more physical activity in our daily life. Thank you.
That's a very good question, Nabila. Yes, I am absolutely agree with Miss Sophia's points. We should not be easily deceived by sweet words from strangers. Alright, for the last question, anyone want to clear anything in your mind?
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Fatim binti Muhammad Jamil. I would like to ask this question directly to Miss Shakira. So as a student, I found that my screen time per day is quite worrying. So if you don't mind, can you share with me the best way to manage my screen time on social media?
Hi and Waalaikumsalam Fatih. Thank you for the question. There are some steps that I can suggest. Firstly, keep tracking of your screen time. It is somehow will make you feel aware. Next, take regular breaks and stretch. For example, by reading a book and doing house chores. Lastly, avoid using any gadgets in the hour right before your bedtime because it can interrupt the quality of your sleep. I hope these steps will help you.
Thank you so much, Miss Fatin, for your question and Miss Shakira for answering it. Indirectly, it's kind of give me tips as well. Alright, since we already answered 2 questions from the audience, then let me conclude all above before we end this today's forum. All things considered, it seems reasonable to assume that social media can provide many benefits to the students and at the same time bring disadvantages to the students themselves if they do not use it and control it as best as they can. Meanwhile, with the world surrounded by the current modernization of science and technology, students who are almost all teenagers will not miss the use of social media. Every day, more and more applications have come into existence. Last but not least, before we end this forum, I would like to apologize for any inconvenience during this forum. A million thanks to all the panelists for informative and even interesting talks. Meanwhile, to the beloved audience, thank you for being an active participation and really your time to attend this morning forum. Hopefully, the discussion will be beneficial for everybody. Thank you for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and goodbye to all of you. Have a nice day.